I'm Juliet and I am learning Irish and Welsh. You want to come join me? Welcome to my new YouTube channel, which is actually my third YouTube channel. I think I need to stop now. I'm not going to have enough time for any more than this. But I wanted to do something quite different with this channel than with either of my other two. So that's why I've started a new one. So if you haven't seen me before, I'm Juliet. Hi. I am a writer and historian. My main channel, which is called Classical JG, looks at classic Gothic literature, Gothic movies, ghost stories, and random bits of mythology and folklore. I named it Classical JG because nobody can spell my surname, which has two S's in it. It's Harrison with two S's, which I found out when I was in my 20s is an Irish thing, having thought my entire life that it was a Scandinavian thing. No, it's Irish, which makes sense because I have lots of Irish ancestors and no Scandinavian ones. So should have realised that before, really. I am an Irish citizen and my parents have lived in Wales for 20 years now, but I don't speak either Irish or Welsh, and I think it's about time I put that right. My Irish citizenship comes through my mum, who is from Bangor County Down in Northern Ireland, and my Irish family are Protestants, so none of them have ever learned Irish. My mum did learn a tiny bit just because she wanted to, but just like how to order coffee. We're not Irish speakers. My family speak a dialect of English called Ulster Scots. It's a very mild version that my family speak. I mean mild in the sense that, like, the way they speak is very, very close to just kind of standard English, but they do speak this dialect of Ulster Scots, which is very close to the Scots language of southern Scotland. They don't speak Irish. I do have some ancestors from what is now the Republic of Ireland, from the more central part of Ireland on my dad's side, but those go back more generations. So this is my great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents. But it is where the weird spelling of my name comes from, which comes from kind of the central part of Ireland, is this spelling of Harrison with two S's in it. So I do have ancestors from the kind of more central and southern parts of Ireland, but those aren't the people I have the citizenship through. I'm certainly not Welsh, but I did live there for a little while when I was between jobs, and as I say, my parents have lived in Wales for 20 years. I owe Wales my existence because they met while they were at university in Aberystwyth, and I've been thinking for 20 years that I really ought to learn some of the language. I've picked up tiny bits and pieces over the years, but I really want to make a more concerted effort to learn the language of the place where my parents have been living for 2 decades and where I go, obviously, all the time. Where I live in the Midlands in England is not too far from the Welsh border, so Wales is really quite accessible to me, and I love Wales, and I really think it's way past time that I actually put some proper effort into learning some of the language. I have studied several other European languages to varying levels over the years. My best second language is French, but I'm not fluent in French. I'm not fluent in any of them. The two that were most important for my career were dead languages, was Latin and ancient Greek. And even those, like, obviously I didn't speak them, I learned to read them, which is related but not quite the same skill, and then even that has got really rusty over the years because I haven't been able to actually teach Latin or Greek or kind of work with the languages very much for a few years now because I work in a history department, not an ancient history department or a classics department. So there just isn't time, there isn't kind of room in the curriculum for ancient languages when my students are doing everything up to, modern history. So even the language skills I have are a bit rusty, but I do have some level of familiarity with quite a lot of European languages, and I'm interested to see how that helps, if it helps with learning Irish and Welsh or not. I am currently learning both Irish and Welsh on the OWL app, but you can only go so far with the OWL app. The OWL app is largely run by robots these days, which I have serious ethical issues with. I'm still using it because there's so much I like about it that is good about it, but it'll only get you so far. I'm fairly sure they stopped updating their Welsh course a couple of years ago. It's still there, but I don't think it's being updated anymore. The pronunciation can be a bit off sometimes. Now, obviously, both Wales and Ireland have many accents in them, but some of the pronunciation on the OWL app is just odd. It doesn't always explain the grammar very well, and it doesn't give you real human everyday speech. The last time I tried to learn Welsh on it was a couple of years ago, and it was absolutely obsessed with somebody called Owen buying parsnips. There are plenty of people called Owen in Wales, and I'm sure some of them buy parsnips sometimes, but like, that's not what I need to know. That's not what I want to be saying all the time, every day. So the OWL app is a great start. I don't know why I'm saying the OWL app. This is YouTube. I don't think they're going to do anything to me for saying Duolingo. I think I've just got it in my head that it's the OWL app now. Anyway, it's a great start, it's a great foundation, and it's a great way of making sure you do it every day. That's why I'm still on it, even though I seriously dislike what they're doing with replacing people with AI, because I absolutely hate generative AI, which is a topic for another day. But it's a great way of making sure that you do a little bit every day, because it gives you these tiny little bite-sized lessons, and you can just keep it up every day, and that is the best way to learn a language, or one of the good ways to learn a language. But there's so much else. There's watching TV in the language, reading children's books in the language, watching TV in the language with English subtitles, in the early stages, and then replacing it with subtitles in the language for the hard of hearing, when you've got a bit more confidence, or listening to the radio, listening to podcasts, all of that kind of thing that you can do to help improve language learning. There's so much more to language learning beyond those basic lessons. So that's kind of what I want to share here, is all the other things I'm doing to support my Welsh and Irish language learning, all the other approaches, all the ideas I have for ways of working on Welsh and Irish beyond the kind of base level use of Duolingo or any other similar app. So what I want to do with this channel really is learn together. If you are interested in Irish or Welsh, if you want to learn them, or even if you don't want to kind of learn them to the point of fluency, but you're interested in the languages and you would like to know more about them, just pick up a few words, then come and join me. We are going to be learning together. So this is definitely not about me teaching you. I don't speak the languages yet. I hopefully will, I guess, in time. I will do my absolute best with pronunciation. My Welsh pronunciation will be better than my Irish pronunciation because Mum and Dad have lived there for 20 years. So my Welsh pronunciation is not perfect, but I have had 20 years of exposure to the Welsh language that I have not with Irish, because my family speak Ulster Scots, which is related to the Scots language. I actually find Scottish Gaelic easier to pronounce than Irish. Not easy, but easier. Editing Jules with a quick note here. Scots and Scottish Gaelic are not the same language. I do talk about that in my next video. I just wanted to very quickly clarify, I'm not saying they're the same language, but the Scots language, which is Germanic language similar to English, does incorporate some vocabulary from Scottish Gaelic. Some of the kind of accent and pronunciation is similar. That's all I'm saying. I do struggle with Irish pronunciation. I am working on it. I am going to try and improve as best I can. And that's something that maybe we can all work on together a little bit. And obviously Ireland and Wales are both places I have been visiting my entire life. Wales particularly for the last 2 decades, but Mum and Dad had taken us there before. And obviously Ireland, predominantly Northern Ireland, so not, I was going to say not Irish speaking. There are people who speak Irish in Northern Ireland, but not the bigger Irish speaking areas of Ireland. But I have been going to the island of Ireland since I was 6 months old, because that's where my family live. I will probably chat about, the places and just my experience of those countries as we learn along the way, as and when it's relevant. So if any of that sounds of any interest to you, do subscribe, like the video, or just keep an eye out for new videos coming out. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in Irish or Welsh or both. Let me know what you would like from a kind of learn along channel. This isn't something I've done before because my job is a lecturer, a university lecturer. I'm used to teaching, and this is not about teaching. This is about learning together and sharing what I'm finding out. So that is something that is new to me. So if there's something you would like me to talk about, or something you'd like to know more about if you haven't been to Ireland or Wales, or just something that you would think would be a really interesting thing to look at together, then please do let me know in the comments. I am completely open to kind of suggestions. This is very much about going on a, oh, that sounds so corny, going on a journey together to learn more about these languages. Before I go, I just have to introduce my occasional co-host. This is Loki. Loki is a dog with a million health problems, bless him. About 18 months old. And are you going to stay on camera? Oh, don't lick the lens. Oh dear. Right, he's going to lick the lens. Loki is a Pembroke... Oh, he's going to knock the camera off. Loki is a Pembroke Welsh Corgi. And we got him, he himself is from Northern Ireland. He comes from a farm not far from where my aunt lives. An actual farm with sheep, not a puppy farm or something. And of course we named him after a Norse god. So like me, he is Irish, kind of a bit Welsh, and has a name that looks Scandinavian. His really is, Harrison with 2 S's is actually Irish, as it turns out. But there we go. Anyway, so usually I put little clips of Loki running around on the end of my videos while I put up the little kind of, here are some more videos I've made if you want to watch them bit. So you'll probably see quite a few of those on these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again on the channel.